What's going on, guys? It's Steve. There are some major rumors right now that Jimmy Butler, aka Jimmy Buckets, is going to the Boston Celtics. This is going to be huge. Now, again, pretty much every team is waiting to see what happens with Carmelo Anthony. However, they cannot wait long because obviously if he doesn't get traded, they can't trade after the trade deadline. So some teams are starting to make moves, and rumor has it Jimmy Butler is supposedly going to go to the Boston Celtics. That is incredible. Imagine the shift of power in the East. If Jimmy Butler, I'll say this right now. If Jimmy Butler gets traded to the Boston Celtics before anything happens with Carmelo Anthony, the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to go after Melo right away, and they're going to get him. Why? Because they cannot risk a Kevin Love not being healthy during the playoffs, because this Boston Celtic team, if they're able to keep Jay Crowder or at least Avery Bradley, my hope is that they keep Avery Bradley because he's a scorer and a defender, where Jay Crowder is pretty much a shooter and a defender. If they can keep Avery Bradley, Isaiah Thomas, and Al Horford, and on top of that, get Jimmy Butler, this team, they're going to be lethal on the offensive end and the defensive end. Now, they still need more rebounders in the front court because Al Horford struggles. He's not a 13 rebounds per game type big man. He's solid, though, at rebounding, but they still need a rebounding big man. But imagine if they got Jimmy Butler. He'll give them another 5-6 rebounds by himself, and then you have 25 points per game coming from Butler, and then 30 points per game coming from Isaiah Thomas. So this means the Cavaliers are going to have to go after Melo right away, and they're going to have to get him, because if the Cavaliers don't have Kevin Love, LeBron's going to have to pull something incredible out of his you-know-what in order to beat this team, which means not only is he going to have to go extremely hard and average 30-plus and probably 8-plus rebounds, 8-plus assists against the Celtics, but if he gets past the Celtics, he's going to have to do the same thing against the Warriors, which I'm not doubting LeBron at all, because, again, this is the GOAT right now, LeBron. This is the king of the NBA for the last 10-plus years. However, I don't know if he wants that extra wear and tear on his body, because like he said, he doesn't have any time to waste. If he doesn't win this season, you better expect, and they don't trade Melo, but they keep Kevin Love this season, and they don't win, you better expect them to get rid of Kevin Love. Because this happened in 2015. He lost a championship because of that. They would have won, because think about it. He forced 6 games without him. Okay, 2016 they won. They were healthy. Now, 2017, same thing can happen. If he's unhealthy, they're not going to beat the Warriors. So if Jimmy Butler gets us the entire league, I know it doesn't seem like a huge trade, but if the Celtics get Jimmy Butler, the entire NBA is going to change. My personal opinion and prediction is if they do get him, Melo's going to go to the Cavs. Was 1. 2, I want to talk about the New Orleans Pelicans with Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins. That's a lethal front court that'll demolish anyone's front court in the NBA. That's the best front court possibly in NBA history. I know people are going to say David Robinson and Tim Duncan, but David Robinson was out of his prime. Tim Duncan was pre-prime. Even though they still won a championship, the Spurs were a really good team. However, that is possibly the best front court in NBA history. They have Drew Holiday, a former All-Star with the Philadelphia 76ers. They can surround this team with shooters and defenders. That team is going to be lethal. The entire league is changing, and it's amazing. Now, it's not like Jimmy Butler has no clue he's not going to get traded, because he was asked during All-Star Weekend, what do you think about these trade talks? And he said, hopefully I don't get traded, and all this other stuff. You can just look this all up on Google to check it out. But, again, this is going to be a very huge trade, because Jimmy Butler is one of the league's best players. DeMarcus Cousins was a huge trade as well, but this is even bigger because it changes the balance of the entire NBA, because Jimmy Butler, a superstar player, going to a superstar team, changes everything for not only LeBron in the Eastern Conference, it changes the New York Knicks, it changes the Golden State Warriors, it changes the Washington Wizards, the Toronto Raptors, every single team in the NBA. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. It's been Steve. I'm out. Peace.